And we're rolling. Hey, what's up you guys? So as you can see, I am in a sling right now. I actually got surgery yesterday. By the time you see this, I'm not actually sure what day that is. So, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Desiree Garza, and I was accepted for the Disney College program fall 2019. I just got back from a trip to Disney World, actually. It was a 2-day trip, so kind of short, but it was really awesome, really fun experience. But I was actually alone, and it was my first time going to Disney World on my own. I've always been with family, I've always been with friends, and so it was a really weird, not weird, not bad, but just very different experience for me. So I thought I'd come here and talk about it. When I was, they had a tube down my throat during the surgery, and so that's kind of why I sound like this, so excuse me if I keep coughing. It's just a little post-surgery stuff. Initially, I was like searching on YouTube to figure out, okay, you know, what is it like being alone? Is there anything I should know? Are there any tips or anything like that? And I found some good videos, but I just figured I kind of had different things that I wanted to add to the list, and so that is why I'm making this for you now. So without further ado, these are just some of the things that I picked up along the way. I do know it was a short trip, but I think that they're pretty useful. So, tip number 1, do rope drop to park close. What do I mean by this? I mean that the second the park opens till the last possible minute that you can be there is when you should be there. I know that sounds stressful. It's okay. Trust me. Bear with me, okay? We are all humans. We are adults. If you're going alone, I'm assuming that you're an adult. So, we are all adults here, okay? Power through. It is your first time going to Disney alone. And do you know what that means? Which is what I kept having to tell myself. Do you know what that means, friends? It means you can literally do anything you want to do in the parks. Anything at all. You want to go eat something? Go eat something. You want to try something new? Go try something new. You want to ride that ride that you always want to ride but people don't want to ride it with you? Honey, go and do it, okay? That is the whole point of going alone. It's getting to experience the magic through your own eyes, for yourself, and doing the things that you genuinely want to do without having to ask someone else first. Now, it is a little weird when you're on a really long line. So that happened to me when I was waiting for Flight of Passage. I waited an hour and a half by myself. I do suggest, another tip, if you have your phone with you and you have Netflix, I know, but every now and then, I think for Navi River Journey, I ended up pulling out my phone, had my headphones in, and I was watching The Office because Navi River Journey was a 60-minute wait and it wasn't as entertaining for some reason as Flight of Passage. I actually had these 2 guys in front of me on Flight of Passage. I pray they never see this, but it's okay. There were these 2 guys in front of me on Flight of Passage just having a conversation, and it was the same conversation the entire time. And it was about this guy and all of his issues with his girlfriend, and it was kind of awkward because I was just standing there. I had nothing else to do. You're standing on a line with all these people and there's nothing else to do. So sometimes this is the type of stuff that you'll overhear at Disney. Things overheard at Disney. So that was kind of weird, but at the end of the ride, I actually ended up making kind of friends, not with them, but the group of girls that were in front of them, actually, we ended up talking and they ended up including me in their party, so that was really cool. So that's another tip. I guess that's like tip number 3 at this point. Tip number 3, do not be afraid to talk to people. I actually made a couple of like little groups of friends, and it wasn't like for the whole day. I didn't walk around the parks with them or anything. It was kind of like on the lines and like on the ride itself, and then we kind of parted ways. But it was really cool because you realize that you're not the only person going to Disney because you love Disney, and you're not the only person who's there who kind of wishes that they were talking to someone. And even though these were people who were together, they actually recognized that I was alone and wanted to make my time magical even though they didn't know me, which was something that was so uplifting. I think you expect this from the cast members, and oh my goodness, did the cast members follow through. That is a different tip at a later point, but the people around you who are here to experience magic are also, most of the time, here to make magic for you, which is something I didn't even realize before. Normally that tip really only works if you're not sandwiched in between two families with small kids, just because you're not as likely to be able to have a conversation with two older adults and young children, especially if you're not a cast member, because it comes off as a little weird if you are saying hello to a tiny princess and you're not in a costume, which I am not yet. And so, bird. So yes, tip number 4. I highly suggest that when you're going to food places to get children's meals. I actually ended up, when I was in Animal Kingdom, I went to Pizza Safari and I got a children's meal, and it was so filling. It came with like grapes, a cookie, I got the mac and cheese, because I've been on such a mac and cheese kick, you guys. I love me some mac and cheese. Ooh, yum, yes. Okay, so I got myself a mac and cheese like kids meal, and it was delicious, and it was honestly pretty filling. I didn't have much after that, and until I had like dinner. I'm trying to think, I know I had coffee, and I tried the Night Blossom for the first time. If you saw my vlog, you know that. And those were also really yummy, but yeah, it was a meal that wasn't super heavy. I didn't feel weighed down afterwards, but I wasn't hungry. So I think it's a really good option. You honestly don't need that much. Disney portion sizes are kind of large. I think on some occasions, do you need a whole turkey leg to yourself? No. Could you eat a chicken leg by yourself? Yes. That's like the difference in portion sizing for me. Tip number 5 at this point. Yes, so I mentioned cast members. Do not be afraid. If there's anything you need, like directions, or you genuinely don't know how to get from one place to another, ask a cast member. Cast members are there to help you. That's literally their job, is to help create magic for guests of all ages. I would know because I used to work at the Disney store in Times Square, and it was the same thing. No matter where you go or what you're doing, if it is with the Disney company and there is a cast member there, you can ask them for help and do not be afraid to do so. I ended up kind of getting lost at some point, not in any of the parks, but when I was at Polynesian trying to watch the fireworks, again, reference to my last video, oof girl, I ended up not realizing that there weren't buses that went back to Pop Century, that I had to take the monorail, but I didn't know that, so I was walking around looking for these buses and like terrified, because I'm alone, it's nighttime, okay? There's not a ton of people around at this point, it's like 10 something at night, so I'm like walking around getting freaked out, and just like the lightning is going off, I'm scared, it's awful, no. So I come over to Bell Services and I was like, hey, I'm so sorry, but do you know how I get to Pop Century from here? And I ended up having a whole conversation with these guys. Shout out to them, they were the sweetest ever. I was actually wearing my DCP Fall 19 little celebration button, and I was talking to cast members the entire time, and it was so magical. Every cast member that I ran into was like, that could see it because it was on my backpack strap. We're like, congratulations, when do you get here, what's your role? They were all so excited for me, and I had some really great conversations. I ended up talking to one of the cast members at the Satuli Canteen as I was waiting for my food. By the way, the Satuli Canteen is delicious, and I didn't feel awkward eating alone there at all. See, that's the other thing, is that I fully expected to feel really awkward eating alone, because I do not like eating alone. It's one of the things I try to avoid the most, but honestly speaking, I set myself up, I was watching my little Netflix, I was eating my food, minding my own business, and no one really cares. No one is there to stare at you because you're alone, and that's something I really had to figure out on my own, and I'm really happy that I did. I think it was a really, really great experience to actually just sit there and eat alone. Another really great tip is buy a fuel rod. I don't know if you know what a fuel rod is, but I got the suggestion from Adriana Santiago. Shout out to her. She actually did a photo shoot for me while I was in Epcot, which is another tip. If a tip within a tip, it's tipception. Another tip, if you are alone, definitely try getting a photo shoot done. That's kind of the best time to do it. You have someone with you in the parks who will take your photos, and you're not with anyone else, so you're not wasting anyone else's time, and it's just you, and it's a lot of fun, you guys. It's a lot of fun. So definitely go get a photo shoot. But Yes, so Adriana and her roommate, I believe her name is Sophie, told me that there are fuel rods and to invest in one. And basically what a fuel rod is, it comes in this little package. I don't know if you can see it. It looks like this. And it's not going to focus, but yeah, so it comes in this little package, and they're available in most stores within the parks, within the resorts and everything, which is where I got mine. Actually, when I went to the Poly, the first night that I attempted to watch Happily Ever After, my phone was about to die, and I was looking around for like a charging port, and the cast members that were in there said that the store in the Polynesian actually sold the fuel rods. So it's this little, like, kind of looks like a vending machine almost, but a lot smaller. And basically you pay for it, it's about $30. And what you can do is every time your fuel rod runs out, you can go into the store, into a station, and you basically put it in and you press swap, and you put in your old fuel rod, the one that's like is out of battery, and it'll pop out a new one, and that's fully charged. So you literally don't have to worry about it at all. Like, you just kind of keep it in your bag. You don't even have to think about it. You don't have to charge it at home. You just kind of keep bringing it in. Every time it runs out, just keep popping it out. Your phone will stay charged all day. You don't have to stop, and it'll save you a lot of time. I also found out that these are available in Universal as well. So that one $30 purchase is going to get you a lot of uses and a very full phone battery. So I used that the entire trip, and I'm so glad that I did. So back to the photo shoot idea actually for a second. Another tip is to take advantage of PhotoPass. PhotoPass is there for a reason. PhotoPass cast members are also like literally there to take pictures of you. That is their job. So when you see a PhotoPass opportunity, don't be afraid to hand them your phone. Ask them if they could take pictures for you as on your phone as well as the PhotoPass. So if you don't want to buy the PhotoPass pictures, you don't have to. You can definitely give them your phone and they'll be happy to take pictures for you. That's how I got a lot of mine. I ended up meeting Doug and Russell in Animal Kingdom, and it was a super great experience. Actually, they were so sweet and so welcoming, and they were celebrating my acceptance with me, which was really awesome. But I handed the PhotoPass cast member my phone and asked her if she could take pictures for me, and she was happy to. And those are the pictures that I ended up using on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should go follow me and check those out. I also have the pictures from the photo shoot I did with Adriana. Okay, coming up on Instagram slowly but surely, because I'm trying to post every day or so. And those are really gorgeous pictures too. So if you don't follow me, go follow me to see what those look like. I've always been nervous to stop for character stuff because whenever I go with my family, we're very ride oriented, and it's attraction, 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 attraction. There is no time for pictures, there is no time to stop. And it's something that I've kind of regretted because I feel like so many people have pictures of them with characters and them doing different things, and all of mine are kind of ride photos. Now that I was alone, I felt like I finally had the opportunity to take my time. Yeah, I was finally able to explore what I wanted to explore, which was something that I think I've always wanted to do, so that was really exciting for me. Another tip, actually, when you're in Animal Kingdom, there are safari trails, which I didn't actually fully realize that there were like little treks, like little trails to do. And if you're someone like me who absolutely adores animals, I got some great shots of some meerkats, and it was really, really fun. I talked to a cast member on that trail for a really long time too, actually, about his role and with the animals and stuff like that. So definitely, like, keep your eyes peeled. I feel like there's a lot of attraction related things that people don't normally know about because they're so focused on riding rides. And when you're alone, you really have the opportunity to kind of fully explore it, like I said. And it was just super amazing to experience that for the first time, even if I was alone. Another tip is if you don't want to go to the Magic Kingdom to watch the fireworks, you don't have to. I went to the Polynesian, and although I missed the fireworks twice, I was able to grab my Dole Whip and sit there. I caught the last 10 seconds of Happily Ever After, and it was still really magical to just be able to eat Dole Whip and sit outside and kind of look at the pretty lights, even if it was for a short period of time. But that Wilderness Lodge has them as well. I I don't remember. Oh yeah, and the Grand Floridian. I believe those are the 3 kind of places to watch from. I'm not sure which one is best. I have only tried the Polynesian, and it was lightning the first night. So, and my last and final tip, you guys, is to have fun. You are there alone, and that is scary, and I know that because I was scared, but I still had a ton of fun. Once you push past that initial, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? You can have the most fun like you'll ever have because you're doing what you want to do and you're experiencing the magic, and everyone there is there to support you and to make sure that you feel like you're having a magical time. So have fun with it, you guys. Rope drop to park close, do the whole thing, explore everything you can and make the most of it, and just have a wonderful time. So that's really it, you guys. That was all the tips that I have for being in the parks alone. If you have any other tips that you always abide by, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'd love to get some more tips. I'm sure I'll have more for you once I'm on my CP, so definitely be on the lookout for that. And yeah, I'll be posting videos every Wednesday, so please be sure to subscribe for that. Make sure you click that like button and you turn on your notifications so that you always know when my new videos are coming out. That is all, you guys. I will see you real soon, and I hope you have a magical day. Bye! I can kind of do it. Ready? Oh, that's so sad.